with Afro-Decarbonization Cooperation to implement nature-based solutions on climate change. Medical experts advise on regular check and coordinated actions by relevant government agencies towards managing diabetes in the country. Plus, collaborations among stakeholders to tackle industrial decarbonization brought to the fore as experts brainstorm on ways of mitigating climate change for sustainable development. Good evening and welcome to our news highlight. I am Oba Hyacinth. Now the news in detail. Cross River State Government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Afro-Decarbonization Cooperation to implement nature-based solutions for global climate change challenges as well as environmental, social and government projects in the state. The MOU was signed when a delegation of ADC visited Governor Bassey recently in his temporary office in Calabar. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Emmanuel Ogbeche says, Governor Otu gave the assurance that the state government is ready to partner with credible investors to address global sustainable challenges. The governor expressed his interest in the project aspect that focuses on creating a value chain in bamboo and food crops buffers between regenerative agriculture, land and existing forests. To achieve the commitment, Governor Bassey has approved the composition of an 11-person decarbonization steering committee to be headed by Dr. Victor Udo of the ADC and has a secretary to the state government, Professor Antonio Waneno, the COO of ADC, Mrs. Dinah Doheny, Mr. Chris Mboho, Mr. Steve Akpan as members. Others are Mr. Sonny Ayan, Commissioner for Agriculture, Chairman State Forestry Commission, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Environment, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Arts and Culture. Collaboration among key players to tackle industrial decarbonization challenges and adopting renewable energy resources to mitigate climate change for sustainable development in Nigeria through one common front is pivot of discuss COP28, the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. This was at the National Climate Action Plan Stakeholders Workshop on Decarbonization and Biodiversity for Niger Delta with partnership with Cross River State, the Federal Ministry of Environment, National Council on Climate Change, and Stratus Consult Limited. Paul Abel has a report.
Decarbonization refers to the process of reducing or eliminating carbon dioxide emissions from various sectors such as energy production, transportation, and industrial activities to combat climate change and mitigate impact of greenhouse gas emissions. To this end, converging here in this hall for 2 days are stakeholders including government ministries, departments and agencies, oil and gas companies, organizations championing climate change agenda, and the private sector to extend the conversation of providing a valuable platform for showcasing climate action programs which involves green infrastructure projects at the subnational level in the Niger Delta region.
What we need to focus on is channeling the structural position of the states, sub-regions, subnationals, where we can actually present documents. And so that's the whole essence of this, is get the government, get the stakeholders involved, and then have a bankable document that we're taking to COP to support Nigeria, the National Council on Climate Change, the Federal Ministry of Environment, and of course the President, the Vice President office going to COP28 in Dubai.
The President government wants to blast the trail. We want to be an energy state. We want to make sure that what we have lost in oil, we will gain in the environment space. About 26 megawatt electricity plant that we already have on ground will be scaled up to up to 230, 300 megawatt.
We are putting together with partners such as Owando for electronic vehicles on one hand, and on the other hand for renewable energy, 50 megawatts of wind renewable energy. So we are going to COP to make a presentation for funding of these projects.
Panel discussions, interactive sessions, and paper presentations on various topics, including NDC priority actions and decarbonization and biodiversity strategies for Cross River State, wind clean energy, biomass for biofuel production, among others, formed critical parts of the conversation.
We are looking forward to being the trailblazer, being the one that starts wind energy in the country, and we also look forward to partnering with Cross River State.
The electric vehicles, it's quite attractive. CNG and other components are also quite attractive. We're in the final stages of taking a final decision as to the direction of Cross River State.
So for us, it's a new one. The lecture we're spread across the board. And for us as this region where we belong to, we want more of this kind of initiative.
Some participants also speak on the benefits of the workshop.
Educating the people on the impact of climate and also how we can mitigate climate change is really, really vital.
There's going to be a development of even the rural setting. People are going to enjoy higher standard of living.
Stakeholders are optimistic that this pre-COP 28 climate change action plan for green infrastructure projects to support Nigeria in fulfilling a commitment to the Paris Agreement will be effectively implemented to achieve Nigeria net zero by 2060. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
The need to prioritize regular check-up, taking coordinated and concerted action to confront diabetes and critical public health issues has been identified as key for better prevention, diagnosis, and management of diabetes condition. Udeale reports that these form part of the activities to back the 2023 World Diabetes Day put together by the National Association of Sea Dogs Pirate Confraternity in collaboration with British Diana Organ Memorial Foundation, held at General Hospital, Ogoja.
The medical outreach held at the Diabetes Center of the General Hospital, Ogoja, featured free testing, treatment, and referrals where necessary.
The Lions Club has provided this facility here in Ogoja. It's always here. People should come here and test for diabetes and receive treatment. When you move about, you don't test yourself. You may die without even knowing, and you think it's witchcraft.
Representatives of the National Association of Sea Dogs Pirates Confraternity and the Beatrice Diana Organ Diabetes Memorial Foundation says it is a deliberate effort as part of their social responsibility programs to raise awareness on the need for early detection and possible treatment to minimize risk complications.
Today, we happen to have a medical outreach in commemoration of the World Diabetes Day, which is on the 14th of November every year. So the National Association of Sea Dogs Kalari Deck, in collaboration with Magna Carta Deck and the Beatrice Organ Diabetic Foundation, set up a medical outreach. As you can see this morning here, there were a lot of patients here. A lot of people came, for the screening, treatment, advice from the medical personnel.
We have our team here. We have many teams that have come to see how they can attend to it. But what we are doing today, what anybody will screen today, we are not going to screen and throw you away. We'll screen and take you in. Yeah? And after this exercise, we'll continue like that.
The theme for the World Diabetes Day 2023 is Access to Diabetes Care. The World Diabetes Day was established by the International Diabetes Federation and World Health Organization as a response to growing concerns about the escalating health threat posed by the ailment. In Ogoja, Rosemary Oku, NTA News.
That is it on our news highlight. A very lovely evening to you.